Swishers! It's time for an all-new episode of your WNBA Daily Swish. With only 3 days left, let's take a look at some questions about the preseason power rankings. Now that the season is about to start, let's start off with the Seattle Storm, in which they ended off with the 2020 season as being the champs. Now, it is unsure if they can keep that same momentum going into the 2021 season. Seattle has faced some major changes, such as top starters Natasha Howard and Alicia Clark. Seattle has some uncertainties, but Seattle isn't the only one with major changes. You have the LA Sparks, who lost Candace Parker to the Chicago Sky, and Chelsea Gray to the Las Vegas Aces, but gained Gabby Williams in a late trade. The favorite for now is the Las Vegas Aces, but with the loss of Angel McCoughtry, that could change. Now, how is Liz Cambage going to fit in back with the Aces? It could end up being a Wilson and Cambage show since Wilson was by herself in the 2020 season when Cambage was out. But now that she's returned and healthier than ever, she can sink right back in with Wilson, Hamby, Plum, and now Chelsea Gray. Kayla McBride has gone to the Minnesota Lynx, but I think McBride may have missed out on the jackpot. Just saying. Chicago Sky may have solved the missing piece to their puzzle with the addition of Candace Parker. Did the Chicago Sky finally get all their ducks in a row? Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay? She may be the missing puzzle piece, but Diamond DeShields and Azura Stevens are really going to have to step it up. Because, let's face it, Parker isn't Wonder Woman. I mean, she could be, but she ain't. And we'll need that extra help to make the team great. What will the Mystics get out of Elena Del Don and Tina Charles this year? If they both stay healthy this year, they could pull off a playoff spot. Now, which Griner are the Phoenix Mercury going to get this year? Can they come out on top and clinch a playoff spot? Sure they can, but that will depend on which Griner we will get this year. If you remember correctly, she left the bubble last year after missing the first game and taking time off for mental health, which was actually a positive, if you think about it. It could make Griner stronger and her head in the right place for game time. Now, for the Minnesota Lynx, Sylvia Fowles. She's getting older, and she's been in the league for a long time, and she's going to have to stay healthy and build that strong Lynx chemistry with McBride, Powers, and now rookie Renea Davis. Speaking of having an impact, what's the impact of having siblings on the same team? Well, let's look at the Gumake sisters. This will be their second season playing together. There can be some definite strong chemistry between the both of them. Now, the Connecticut Sun need to have DeWanna Bonner and Jonquel Jones step up to the plate and become big leaders with the loss of Alyssa Thomas. Now, Dallas. Will the Dallas Wings be a new team this year? Dallas is still a young team with new head coach Vicki Johnson and rookies Charlie Collier and Awak. Now, Ogunbowale, Sabali, and Jefferson have the relief that they need. Now, let's go over to Atlanta. Is Atlanta going to be able to be a better team now that there is new leadership? And now, Aari McDonald possibly bringing a new strength to the team. Sabrina Ionescu able to have a fresh start? After her ankle injury last year, her rookie season, Sabrina Ionescu is back and could have a restart to her quote-unquote rookie season since she really didn't have one last year. Asia Durr's return to the Liberty is still iffy after contracting COVID, so it's still unsure if her playing abilities are up to par. Last but not least, Indiana needs to form new strategies because, guys, I'm going to shake my head on this one. Let's face it, their defense wasn't all that hot last season, and they weren't as good at protecting the rim, much less even aggressive enough to force turnovers. They will have to have some major turnarounds if they're going to have any chance at the playoffs. So there you have it, Swishers. In order, your power rankings before the season begins. Who do you favor to win the championship this year? And do you predict that we're going to have a phenomenal season? Heck yeah! Okay? Remember, the season begins on May 14th with our first game, Indiana versus New York at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Be sure to check that game out, and be sure to subscribe below for more WNBA reports, updates, and weekly rankings. Also, be sure to join my Facebook group page, WNBA Daily Swish. Get there, stay updated, spread the word, tell your friends, because like I said, if it ain't hot, it ain't a swish!